Echolocation, also known as biosonar, is a biological sonar system used by animals. In this, animals emit calls out to their environment, and they wait and listen for the echoes to those calls when they bounce off from an object or an animal. The reason why animals use echolocation is to hunt, navigate, and forage. Bats are probably the most famous example of animals that use echolocation, which brings the myth that bats are blind. They are not. They may have small eyes, but they can see in pitch black. Bats will use echolocation to navigate and find their prey, which include insects and arachnids. They produce ultrasound, which are sound waves at frequencies that are too high for the human ear to hear. These sounds are so in tune that they can recognize their own call. The bat sounds can detect something as thin as the human hair, so they won't get stuck in your hair. They are actually trying to get the bugs that are flying over your head. These calls can help them find out what to avoid and where to aim. They use different calls for certain occasions. When they are hunting and they find something to eat, they will make a call called a feeding buzz, which has a quick sequence of calls to help them pinpoint the location of their prey. But trouble can arise when the greater wax moth sees the bat and they use their own calls to interrupt the bat signal so the bat would miss. Now there are 1,400 species of bat in the world, but only half of them will use echolocation and are one of the few animals to do so. How they make the sounds is by contracting their larynx and clicking their tongue. Another animal to use echolocation is the aye. This weird lemur uses their long middle finger to tap on wood, and they will use their large ears to find a hollow part in the wood, which is made by a maggot. When they hear that hollow part in the wood, they will dig them out and eat them. They are the only primate in the world to use echolocation. A prime order of cetaceans called toothed whales, which includes dolphins, porpoises, and whales that have teeth, which has 73 species, use echolocation. They make sounds that the human ear cannot sense, and this helps them detect the size, shape, and speed of something in the water. This is with the help with an organ called the melon. It's a blob of fat that acts like a lens to focus sound waves that are made by the nasal sacs in the mammal's head. The sound then travels through the water, which sound travels faster in the water than in air, and it bounces off an object, and sound waves will come back as an echo. Now the toothed whale will hear the echo with their lower jaw. This is a fat-filled cavity in their bone which brings the sound into the inner ear. Sadly, boats and subs that use sonar disrupt the signals toothed whales use, which causes the animals to beach themselves, causing them to die on land. It is a tragic, heartbreaking problem that I hope one day will be fixed. Shrews of the genus Sorex and Tenorix of the genus Blarina have been known to use echolocation for navigation, but not for food. Birds like oilbirds and swiftlets also use echolocation. They use calls while flying so that they can navigate through trees and caves that they live in, but only some of the species of those birds will use echolocation. Echolocation is a brilliant piece of evolution that took millions of years to develop, and it's used by tons of amazing, beautiful animals across the world.